and whenever you are, and welcome back to Icewind Dale. Frozen in the depths of a never-ending winter, up north above the spine of the world mountains. But before we get back into our story and figure out what's happening with these fine adventurers down below me there, let us give a little shout out and thanks to all of you lovely folks. Those that are joining us live, thank you so much. And of course, those in the VOD squad who come on by whenever they get the chance. It's always a pleasure to have you along for our story. And also, giving a shout out to Syrinscape. Thank you for all of the wonderful music and sound effects, lots of which you'll be hearing later on. Give them a try. There's some free stuff to try out, but if you become a super siren and pay their fees, then you get access to all of their fantastic sound sets and new stuff coming all the time. New stuff for Rime of the Frostmaiden coming this week. I believe the sound sets for where we're actually at right now. So we don't have to put up with my janky homemade ones much longer. Hooray! And also a shout out to Dark Fantasy Studio, and then over on YouTube, RPG Music Maker Travis Savoy and Epic Journey channels that will give you some amazing, beautiful music, such as this from Travis Savoy for your RPGs, TTRPGs, and the like. Also, over on Patreon, Will Savino, bringing out wonderful tracks all the time. Give them a check. In the information of the YouTube video, there is all of the information that you need to get those tunes. Now, let us remind ourselves where we were at. Last time, having witnessed Maud Chiselbones' little birds zoning out as Mockingbird was whisked away to a vision of Oral the Frostmaiden to make a pact with the demigod, there was no time to ask what happened as Durgar defenders rushed your location, only to be deftly dealt with by you all. Continuing inwards, you found a war room with a disturbing depiction of a crystalline dragon visiting destruction on each of the 10 towns, starting with Soyala's hometown. But you also found some of the Durgar's loyalties are wavering, and that the ale must flow. Just as these new potential allies surfaced, a letter cast a dark shadow across your adopted home of Goodmead, revealing that someone there is doing business with the Durgar and their sinister dark crystal that has surfaced around Icewind Dale in several situations. We find ourselves with the icy wind whistling through the arrow slits, and Mockingbird, you, I believe, were padding past our poor kidnapped goats, no pun intended, padding around the cage of the elevator shaft towards another set of doors.
Yes, that sounds right.
Let's see what lies beyond. As I bring you over, first, let's remind ourselves. Here we have the fortress, Sunblight Fortress, high up on Kelvin's cairn. Let's bring that up there. And don't worry, dear adventurers, you are not alone, as you were traveling with Speaker Trovis from Caer Konig, the Silver Dragonborn ex-adventurer who is thoroughly enjoying being back in the swing of things, and also a guide, young Kestrel, who, it seems, shares a certain bond with Mockingbird and Mame, a bond that was gifted to you all most generously by the lake hag Maud Chiselbones. And here's the handout for Trovis. He's doing a good deal better than this at the moment. Gone is the bottle, and in its place is his trusty longsword. But this is your first view of him.
Quite the character.
Well, thank you, Mockingbird. Which way are you turning?
Is he in the same room as me?
No.
No.
But his voice tends to carry somewhat.
I must have spoken louder than I thought.
Okay. Now, let's see here. Let me bring this up over here and bring you fine folks over to Sunblight Fortress. Boop. Darkness. Yes. We need to go down here. I see Yasoyala and Tom.
Talon is sitting there.
Where have you gone? Disappeared again. Yes?
Thinking about Chandler. Does have Aspen.
Just doing all the different initials of people you've met.
Well, because oh no,
Soyala, Tom is saying that over and over again.
What were
You were
the
saying
initials
what?
again?
he hands the letter over.
She'll take it.
Oh, you weren't with us at the time. You weren't
Okay.
with us yet.
Yes, Soyala is none the wiser.
You can read it, but there's only one person I know with the name DS that lives in the bar.
You know this person?
I think I do.
Would I know this person?
Probably not. Well, how often do you travel to Goodmead?
Just enough to pass through it when helping patients.
Probably. Maybe. Probably not.
Should this be a concern?
I mean, it's my town. It's kind of where I live. It's probably the
Okay,
bar.
well, we'll keep that in mind for now, but we still have to finish our job here, correct?
I guess. I'm much less excited about this contraption.
Well, I think we've learned what we can from it.
Just as a reminder, the contraption is essentially taken apart.
Yes. Yeah, it was
Oh, you
thoroughly,
did not put it back together?
thoroughly investigated.
He did not.
Okay.
Now.
Well, I mean, they're gonna know we're here anyway, so...
If the dead bodies didn't give it away, yes.
Mame, out in the corridor, what are you doing?
I am just going with my Tressum to go look down the east wing, the east way.
Yes.
And before you just told me that there's a door
Yes,
further
there's
down.
a pair of double doors further down, yes. Which, the Durgar mentioned you should pay a visit to, but probably with everyone in tow, I would imagine.
Yeah. So I'll just glance that way and then head back, go down past the dead bodies.
Well, I think we have some people we need to see now.
And
Okay.
go towards the goats.
Okay. They are there. You see up close for the first time this strange elevator contraption with the chains constantly rattling and moving inside that square cage that you can see there. And through the gaps in the bars of this cage, you can see Mockingbird making his way over to those double doors on the east wall. Mockingbird, please.
Yes. I believe I was going to peek through the keyhole, and if there was nothing sinister or dwarven on the other side, then I was going to open.
Okay. There is no keyhole, I'm afraid.
Oh. Can I just put my ear to the door and kind of take a quick listen?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, let me. You are slightly OTT in Discord. There we go. Try that again. How's that? Can you just speak?
Yeah, sorry. Can I listen through the door if possible?
Yeah. Give me a perception check, please.
Boy, wise dog. Let's go. That would be an 8.
I'm afraid it's one of those. It's another set of those sturdy stoneware doors that these Duergar seem fond of. Very difficult to make anything out through.
Well, that's good enough for me. I opened the door.
Okay. Now, as you'll recall last time, our map is not one for fancy furniture in these rooms. So have a look, and I shall. It gives you the size of the room, and I shall describe what you can see. As you slowly creak the door open, you glimpse through into the darkness beyond, which you can see thanks to these fancy goggles that Tulm gave you. I put those on your character sheet, by the way. And
Think so.
as you get accustomed to this darker room, because this is unlit, whereas the one you're in at the moment has the braziers burning in the corners, you see a tall black object against the far east wall. Although one could easily mistake it for a statue, this object is, in fact, a ship's figurehead.
Guys, I think I found something.
Coming.
A ship's figurehead carved in the likeness of a winged demon. The demon-shaped figurehead stands 8 feet tall, and shards of wood jut out of its back at the points where it once attached to the hull of a ship. But your eyes are drawn away from the visage of this demonic figure. A demonic figure you've seen less stylized in a dream you had back in East Haven. Your eyes are drawn down as you see, lashed to the figurehead with rope, is a scrawny woman, dripping wet, water splashing onto the floor from her clothes, from her lank hair that hangs white over her face, obscuring it. Like this.
Yeah, Mockingbird is going to nope out of that room quite quickly and wait until the others are there.
Oh, my God.
I'm intrigued. After me, please. So I guess
Tom,
Tom
yes.
trades places.
As you come down, yes, you see the same sight.
Did she show any signs of movement?
No signs of movement, no. But you do start to hear something
I don't like this at all. But I'm going to get closer anyway. Ton will
Are you crazy?
walk around to the side,
Okay.
look as he does, and
As he does,
take keen
Suyala,
inspect.
Mame, you also get a decent view into this room. And you see the figurehead in the shape of Bartu, the demon. And the figure of the White Lady lashed to the figurehead. The figurehead, which you'll remember, was smashed to pieces in East Haven's town hall.
What exactly is going on here?
I don't know, but
Are there more than one?
I'm looking at the rope here. Is there a good spot for the knot that maybe I can use Mage Hand to
Now,
help get her free?
Mockingbird, moving to there, you'll be right next to her, just to warn you.
Ah, good.
Is that
Yeah,
okay?
I'd probably be curious by now if it has
Yeah.
a detect toll, and then I'll go up and give it a close look. Or her a close look.
Yeah, because the figurehead's up against the wall and then she's in front of that, so she'd kind of be in that 10-foot space there.
Mm.
You pad into the room as Tom is kind of clunking round the northern side, looking intently at the bindings and things. And as you approach, you start to hear, almost hidden in amongst the sobs, an occasional word. My treasures. My treasures. Summoned away. Summoned away from my treasure. Trapped here. Trapped with this one. And you're going to continue forward?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of approach and kind of kneel down so that her like downward gaze kind of meets mine. And what treasures did you lose? What treasures were taken from you? You can trust me. It's okay.
And as you kneel down, trying to look under that dank hair just hanging sodden over her face, her head rips up. My treasure! And under the hair, there is nothing but a skull. And the ghost of the White Lady uses her... I can't remember what the thing's called. The horrifying visage. As the rictus grin smiles out from the face at those who dared draw her forth with that seance in East Haven. And,
Knew it.
dear people, can I get
This is what I
some...
get for being nice.
Can I get some initiative, please?
Okay.
Something tells me there's going to be a lot of wisdom saves in this fight. And that frightens me more than the description. That's 13 for me.
Yep, that's already in there, thank you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey. So.
I need to add it to the.
Boop. It's a ghost. Okay. Just gets her. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. There's a better way to do that, John. Hey, how's everyone doing there?
I need it on the turn order.
Oh, sorry. Oop, there you go. Alright, so as her head kind of just rickets back and the skull is revealed and she gets off this hideous visage effect before anyone can do anything, I need, yes, you called it, sir. I need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ah.
Mama is okay, Ciola's okay.
10.
Okay, Ton
It was
and
nice knowing all of you.
Mockingbird, you are taken aback, especially you, Mockingbird, right there in the face of this thing, as this hissing, just the rage and all of this misery and just torment just blasts out from this spectral figure as those ropes fall away and the vision of the figurehead wavers and disappears, and you see in its place several sacks, closed burlap sacks, up against the side of the wall as this figure rises off the floor, floating there, and that white hair starts to float around its head, and this skull face as if underwater, and you are struck by its horrifying visage. Tom, you are frightened, I'm afraid, and everything that entails. So let's put this little marker on your token there.
Okay.
Let's see, which would be a good one? Try and find the best one here. I'm just gonna use this scary bleeding eye. That'll do it.
Works for me.
Frightening enough. And no problems here. As you are struck by this, hideous creature, and just feel the sorrow and everything just wash over you and just affect you. You, as I said, are frightened, which means let's get those conditions up here. Frightened. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while within sight of the ghost, and you cannot willingly move closer. Also, let's have a look here. Mockingbird,
Yes,
could you roll me a d4?
absolutely. That's a 3.
Okay, thank you very much. You are also frightened, so I shall give you that same token. And I'm not sure how visible this is to everyone with your affected face and your chosen appearance here, but I think maybe this should affect all of your different appearances. You are 30 years older.
Oh. Wait, like for good?
You don't know?
Oh goodness. Okay.
You have
I'm
aged.
melting.
Yes, you just see. So Tom, from your vision of this, your view of this, you just see Mockingbird's kind of cheeks kind of sink a little, and his hair just go a little thinner. That beautiful feathered hair. It's yes, as I'm afraid, Mockingbird has aged abruptly, very very suddenly. And so Yellow, what's your dexterity bonus?
I have a +2.
Okay, you are actually first.
Okay.
What do you do?
I am casting Bless at level 2, so it's our 4 main.
Okay, look. So the 4 of you.
So that will help with saving throws when people will need to do that.
Indeed.
But yeah, and then I will also step in so I can see a little bit better.
Yeah, Scrappy, you do not want to see a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go right into the room.
Yep, other than
And you, so Ciel, you come scampering into the room, clasping at your amulet of the claw that's around your neck, and there's that faint kind of texture to the air as that wave of positive energy goes out from you, and everyone, you are blessed. I've learnt my lesson, Josh. I'm not doing #blessed. No, stop it. Okay. Anything else there, Ciel?
nope, that's all.
Thank you very much. Okay, the ghost. Now, let's see here. Okay. It is going to reach out with that hair just billowing around its head, as if, like I said, it's floating underwater, just a lifeless corpse, all of the color flushed out of it, and that pallid white hand with the clothes hanging off it, the drip, 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 inexorable drip of water onto the floor, which disappears even as it impacts with the flagons, the stone flagstones. That hand, white, reaches towards you, Mockingbird, and tries to caress your older face, your aged face. And that is going to be a 19.
Yeah, lay it on me.
15 necrotic damage. As where the hand touches your cheek, you just feel your life energy being drawn out of you by this vision of the White Lady.
Okay. Yeah, I'm technically still alive.
You who pulled me forth from Lactanashir, you shall join me in the ethereal.
She goes for you.
I don't know you!
Mockingbird.
You got the wrong man!
He wasn't even there.
I know, this is by association, I'm afraid. Wasn't even in the seance. She's like, I could have sworn you were shorter. It's like, I'm not the halfling.
Okay. That's me, right? Yeah. Alright, then in that case, in sheer panic desperation,
Mama, you're next.
trying to hold the remnants of my organs inside my body for that attack, I will attack with my short sword.
Go for it.
And then GTFO, as the kids say. That is a natural 20.
Oh,
For the first one, but
revenge.
that is disadvantage. So that's a dirty 20 this time.
Okay. Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Shame, unfortunately. Okay, now, your short sword, would you say, sir, it's non-magical?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your blade just almost... It does make contact, but it also kind of seems to pass through her ethereal form as she wavers between this world and the next. But you do make some contact and do pull the sword through, and it comes off with trailing kind of wisps of white energy as it passes through her form. And so that is a total of 7. The 7 piercing, yes?
With the sneak attack, so that would be.
I don't. You don't get sneak attack because of Tolm's right there,
What?
right? You have to be on your own, don't you? You have to have
No. No. So we finally figured it out last time. If two
Okay.
enemies are surrounding me, then I don't get sneak attack.
Oh, okay.
Because I get the normal rogue sneak attack, and the swashbuckler rakish audacity, I believe.
Yes, it's Rakish Audacity, yeah. I apologize doubly because I have played a swashbuckler myself.
It's confusing. They like layer the rules on top of them, and it
Right.
doesn't negate them. It just kind of adds other ways that you can sneak attack.
Yes, but you do have disadvantage at the moment.
I do. Yes, I do. Yeah. Okay. So no sneak attack then. So that's 7 piercing.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That Toln will negate that for you. You get sneak attack against a creature if you're within 5 feet of it. No other creatures are within 5 feet of you, and you don't have disadvantage. So you have to be on your own. That's the rakish audacity of it. You've got the balls to just to run out there, if you excuse the term, sorry. You have the term to to run out there on your own and attack all by yourself. So you have to be one-on-one with this thing. No other creatures are within 5 feet of you.
I'll check the PDF that I downloaded. It might be scuffed or I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Then in that case.
And despite, you have disadvantage, so it's unfortunately not going to happen. But the initial attack on its own does do some piercing damage as your sword cuts through the ghost. Unfortunately, not as much as you would like.
That is more than enough, as I am going to, get out of dodge.
Okay,
And
they will use their chance at a attack of opportunity.
not if I have attacked them.
Yes, thank you very much. That fancy footwork. Thank you.
And then I don't have a healing potion yet, so that will be my turn. I'm just going to
Thank you.
suck my thumb in the corner and try to nurse my wounds back to health.
Okay. Mame, you are trying to see exactly what's going on. It's difficult because all of the Tressem's fur has stood up on end. You've got this massive poof ball of a flying cat attached to you. As it's very freaked out and hissing violently in your ear at this ethereal presence.
Seeing my friend Mockingbird pass by,
He's just like, ah!
really
Just goes right after him.
older, freaked out. I assumed he was attacked, so I turn around the door and prepare a magical arrow and shoot into
Please.
the room at where I see her. So I'm gonna move to where I can see her.
Yep. There she is.
And do I have disadvantage because I'm this close?
No, you have to be base to base. Actually right next to them.
I'll see if I hit her first.
Yes, your arcane
24.
arrow does indeed hit.
And 8 damage.
Okay, and because this is a magical arrow, it thuds home into her form and she looks almost disbelievingly down at it and hisses up at you as the arrow dissipates and becomes no more. But yes, that is a good hit. Thank you. Anything else?
All I could say is just remember me? I was there at the seance, and then I shoot.
Yeah! And she reaches towards you.
I just
I
back
heard-
away slightly.
I heard that wargamer talk, John.
What was that?
I heard that wargamer term's coming out.
What did I
Gotta
say?
be base to base.
Yes. Remember in-person gaming? Okay. So, yes, my Warhammer Fantasy Battle days. Okay, Tom, you're up.
Tom's
So-
like,
See how
I
you
made a
next.
mistake.
6 of 8. 6 of 8.
He's gonna fire a. It's only a 13 on the only a 13 because of the disadvantage.
That hits.
Oh, it does it.
Yep.
Well, he shoots a firebolt as he's leaving. For
Just over your shoulder. Get away! Get away!
I made a mistake.
Burn it with fire! Burn it with fire!
2 damage.
2. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So yes, that's kind of
There's no plot, so it's just whatever the dice shows up.
just kind of actually sorry, Mockingbird and Tuln, you get to re-roll those saving throws at the end of your turn.
Oh, well, let's wisdom.
Yes. There you go.
With a 4, it's not gonna be worth rolling.
That'd be my first successful saving throw.
Okay, Mockingbird, you shake it off. You're an older man now.
I'm just
You're
immediately gonna change my appearance so that I'm younger again.
You're
Coining magic.
scared by these things. Okay, and so you failed there, Tom? Okay,
Yes,
that's
I
a fail, yes. So you're still scared. And Mockingbird, you are now immune to that effect. Okay, thank you. Now, as that happens there, so yeah, first Mockingbird and then Tom immediately hoof it out of the room. And you're left on your own.
You!
I think
You! Too scared to join the seance, but too spineless to stop them.
I think that your anger does not lie with us. Some of the party may have partaken in this seance, but they did not know what it meant. mm, I think she is going to. Is there anything in this room? Is there any sort of like illusion that I get from this? I saw the blade pass through her.
You think
And
it's Jude?
I know that she's some undead figure, but I'm not exactly sure what's because maybe the seance happened prior, and there was a broken thing. Like there's just pieces not adding up together.
The figurehead has wavered and vanished. It seemed like it was some kind of illusion, and she broke free of it and rose up in the air to attack you. And in its place.
Okay, so she's actually not currently still strapped anymore.
No, she's not. She's floating
okay,
in the air.
floating
Yeah,
like that.
with her clothes and hair, floating around her as if she's underwater.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, she's just gonna be defending herself right now with a sacred flame.
Okay.
So that's a dex saving throw.
Okay. DC 15.
15. Yep.
Okay, look. Let's see here. Saving throws. No saving throws. 13. So that's a fail.
5 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, big old 5. And then I'm gonna call back. We're gonna need some help here, and I'm gonna take it out back because that is a room that I don't want to be alone in. And I'm not sure where the others have gone. Our dragonborn friend that loves to fight but is never here for the fight. Okay, and that is all.
I figured, just one little ghost. You'd be fine by yourselves. He's making sure no Duragar come down the corridor. Okay, thank you. The ghost will come surging forward through the air towards you, Mame, as it can see you through the door and remembers you from the seance, and it just reaches out those white hands, long fingernails, dripping water as it comes towards you. You kind of almost get a slight comical air as you think she's just about to go. She's just going to hit the door because only the one's open, right? The other one's still closed. But her form, she just goes straight through the door, and you see that horrible skull-like face emerging from the stone of the other door as she just passes right through it and comes next to you here. And she goes for you. Let's see here. Oop. 23.
That hits, of course.
I assumed. 19 necrotic damage.
God. It's like a max hook.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm still okay. Yeah.
You okay?
And
No, she was here. That's
you
let me
see
just.
this little. I'm down my last little talon, guys.
5, 10,
Same.
20, and as she just comes erupting from the stone surface of the closed door, and just like rakes you with her fingernails, and you just feel your essence. You feel your spirit being drawn off by this creature, and as she does, she pulls it with her as if she's pulling your spirit, pulling your very essence out of your body, and she pulls it back towards where she was, and she disappears back through the door.
I just stumble and try to hold my ground and keep standing as much as I can.
The Tressum flaps very nervously over towards you and it's kind of like nuzzling you with its head. It's like, are you okay?
Sort of.
Okay, and Mockingbird, your turn. You ain't afraid of no ghost.
With 4 HP, I might be. All right. Well, okay. So, having come out of that, knowing that that was a sort of spell, and I was just aged by 30 years against my will, I am probably going to be incredibly angry. So, Mockingbird will run back in, drawing his blades, and through sheer unbridled anger, will cast Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
That is my bonus action, so...
Excellent.
Ba-boom.
A new ability gifted to you by the Frostmaiden herself.
Yes. Although, probably don't understand it yet. And then I'm going to, run up and strike one more time with my shorty sword.
Okay,
And this
so-
time I will cast Booming Blade on it.
Alright. So yeah, she is hexed. I'll give her the bleeding eye as well. My token of choice for today. Icon of choice.
Yowzers, that is... Oh, wait, I do have the Bless. Thank goodness I have the Bless. 13 with a 1. Please tell me 14 hits.
It does.
Whew. Okay, cool. Then that is...
A 13 also hit.
There we go. Then, because I don't think anybody is... no, somebody is near me.
No,
So
you're
I
good.
would have to...
You're good. No, you're good. Now, this is the case. You're all on your own. You don't have disadvantage.
So, isn't Soyala?
No, she's 10 feet away. She's 10 feet away. She has to be right next to you.
Yeah, I'm back in the other room.
Is your roll 20 messed up? Sometimes tokens don't go where they're supposed to. Yeah, she's north of that.
Oh, yeah, on my screen she's in the door. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Then... Fair. That's going to be 12 damage then with the sneak attack on top.
Nice.
And if she moves, she will take the Booming Blade. If she moves away from me, she will take the Booming Blade damage.
Okay. Wisdom saves. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on by. Oh, and Karabi Chips, thank you for that subscription. You're welcome back.
Good.
Yes. Welcome over here. Come where we get the joke. Karabi Chips. And Josh, you certainly must be very, very keen to meet our dear Karabi Chips here, as they are in real life a producer of mead. As our party here, from Good Mead, as you remember, Karabi Chips. Welcome by, everyone. Thank you so much. Welcome for joining us.
I'm excited.
Indeed. Okay, so. Sorry, excuse me. Got distracted. Mockingbird, okay, your attack once more lashes out. Now, the Hexblade's Curse does how much damage? Is that the D4?
That is an extra, I believe it said 2 damage. So, get out of here. Okay. You gain a +2 damage to, +2 bonus to damage rolls. So that is 14 in total.
Okay, thank you very much. So, and I think that +2 will be magical, right? It's from the Hexblade. So,
Yeah.
this is still your regular sword, right?
Yes, sadly.
Okay.
Unless Booming Blade, I don't think Booming Blade does anything to that now.
I'll be right back. Tolton's not going to do anything on his turn except go for the whiz save. So
Okay. The booming blade, is that affecting the whole attack?
No, I think it's just kind of adding. I can read the description.
Please.
You brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting and make a melee attack with it against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target suffers the weapon's attack's normal effects. So, no. It becomes bathed in booming energy. So if it moves away from me, then it takes d8 of damage.
Okay, but that
Well,
it,
it's like
it takes that
thunder
it takes that thunder damage now, right? As extra?
No. If it moves away from me.
Oh, okay, I see. Thank you.
Yeah, they changed it without. I didn't know, but they nerfed it apparently quite recently.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that is the 15 and the 7, so that's 12, which is halved, I'm afraid, to 6 with the resistance, but then plus the 2 from the booming blade, so a total of 8 damage to the ghost. Thank you everyone for coming on by. We are in Sunblight Fortress, the Durgar Fortress, up in the mountains of Icewind Dale, and the spirit of the White Lady, the ghost of Lac-Denashir, has been discovered, tethered, it seems, somewhat to the remnants of a Chardolin crystal figurehead that they thought had been destroyed and had been brought here from a nearby town, and they are fighting the ghost and trying to send her back to her watery grave. So that was 8 damage. All right. And she is, for want of a better word, bloodied.
Well, I am more bloodied, so I'm leaving.
Okie doke. Are you gonna risk it? Because she'll attack you.
Not with my fancy footwork.
Oh, god damn it, rogues.
I literally just pulled up like a 15-point flow chart for swashbuckler sneak attack. So hopefully we've ironed that out. I didn't know I would have to do it.
It's a thing.
Okay.
It's a thing. Okay,
That'll
thank
be
you
my turn.
so much. Well done. Okay. Mamma mia.
Yes.
Our Gallus Ranger. What you doing?
I'm going to move a little bit slightly here. Ooh, I don't see her. Where is she? I moved back down. I still don't see her. I am not going anywhere near her. I am just roaming around the door, just like, where is she? Ugh, I don't feel so well, and I'm just
around.
going. Me and my little cat are just gonna go to where Tom is. So that legit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and just stand here and not moving and eat 1 good berry that I still have because I have 5 left in my pouch.
Just little quivering hand just reaches into the pouch and pulls out the good berry.
Eating out of fear.
Okay, thank you. It is Ton's turn now. We'll just go past him, and I'll let Josh roll for it when he gets back. So he's going to try and save out of that fear effect. Okay, and Siana, it is your turn.
Clutching her pendant that's on the claw that's on her as her holy symbol,
yes.
She will step into the room and so that she can lock eyes with it and say that she needs to go back to that she needs to leave them alone and to go back to where she's from, and she's going to channel divinity, turn undead.
There it is.
So wisdom saving throw DC 15.
Okay. Josh, do you want to roll that wisdom save for me? So, no, I do not want to.
not
okay.
likely. Let's give it a see what the 1d4 gets me.
And sorry, the ghost is a wisdom save too. Soyana?
15.
DC 15 wisdom save coming up right now. Boop. 18. I'm afraid.
Okay.
It's a 10.
So I think it doesn't do anything then.
Yes, what's the fail condition on that? How'd you go, Josh?
It's a 10.
Okay, you're still scared, I'm afraid.
You said it got an 18?
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't do anything. It says if the creature fails, it's turned for a minute, but yeah, it doesn't have anything for if they pass, if
Okay.
they succeed. Yep.
Bad luck. Right, okay, so
Okay.
the ghost's rage just seems to overcome all of this, this holy energy that you're trying to drive it back with. Anything else on your turn?
And being Mockingbird never healed himself, correct?
You did not.
Not at all, no.
Got it. But I used an action for that, and healing word will not heal you. Actually, I have a bit of healing. Yeah, I forget I'm a life cleric, so
Hey.
healing word can be a little bit better. So as a bonus action, I will healing word on Mockingbird.
Okay.
Bless. How much is that?
You get 12.
Nice.
Dang, that is a really nice healing word. You're never
Wow.
nice.
Life
Okay,
there.
and then
Dang.
HP be with you, my
Yeah.
child.
yeah, going back out of the room then.
I've seen the light.
Just Mockingbird just falls weeping at Soyala's feet. Thank you. Thank you.
This is how religions are born.
Indeed. Thank you, thank you. Right, now, as you retreat from the room, you are pursued by the ghost, but not after you. It passes ethereally through the wall, sensing the proximity of one of the cursed seance attendees. And, Mame, as once more, from the solid stone of the wall, you see the ghost's horrible visage and dripping wet hair appear through the stonework. She rushes forward and plunges into your chest. I need a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh fuck. Also, did she get hit by Mockingbird's booming blade already?
No.
Has she left the area?
Technically, she needs to move away from me. Now, my roll 20 is broken, so I can't see where these things are moving. I'll reload. I don't think she's moved away from me, has she?
No, she hasn't.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that charisma saving throw, and hopefully, with this negative, I do okay.
Bless, hopefully, if anything else.
So 13, and I can use bless, which is a
and
D.
D4.
4.
Roll well.
Come on, 4.
Ah. D4, right?
Yep, 1d4.
14.
Oh boy.
14.
14. Let me have a little read here.
Oh boy.
Hold. I'm on my last talent, guys.
You turn into an egg.
Which came first?
Solves
The-
that. Yeah, I was gonna say solves that mystery.
The ghost erupts from the wall and plunges towards you, Mame. And as it goes to plunge into your chest and enter into your very soul, you feel a warmth, and the slight golden glow encases your form, shielding you against the attack. And the ghost just almost ricochets off it and just kind of bounces off it and then hovers back up in the air, hissing viciously at you before slowly disappearing back through the wall.
There it moved away.
That will trigger Booming Blade.
Okay, and that's that damage that was written before.
Yes. So that I think I rolled that on accident. So that is a
Three
three
thunder damage, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
As it passes through the hole, there's just a boom. So now with sound effects.
Sweet.
Okay. So that was her. Mockingbird, it's your turn. So,
All right. Well, if it ain't broke, 1, 2, 3, and once again, attack it with my short sword. Just go straight for it again. I will cast Booming Blade again.
okay.
Yes, because I realized that damage actually hurts it significantly. And this time I get a
Nice.
21.
That hits,
Four.
and that is 17 damage. And give me the Hexblade too.
17 plus 2.
Plus
No,
2.
17 halved plus 2 at the end, because
Yeah,
that's
so
like
it's
magical.
11 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you come just dancing around Sayana, feeling this newfound vigor from her healing magic. Pirouette through the door and lash out with your Hexblade at the ghost, causing.
I'm invincible!
And now, it sounds a little strange for a hovering creature, but this ghost is now officially on its last legs. Now, have I explained to you all what's happening here? What I'm talking about? Sorry, I forget from what session I started talking about this.
I think it was last session you
Okay,
brought it
good.
up.
Okay, excellent.
It's just a little lower to the ground.
So before I yoink away, I'm going to bonus attack with my dagger, and then I will skedaddle.
Okie doke. So yeah, with the offhand.
Yep. That is a 21. Well,
That'll do
minus. Yeah, okay.
So two damage, half to 1.
Yes. And
Like,
then,
he's like, yeah.
good enough. One final poke, and I'm out.
Okay. You can the rest of you can hear just the screams and the ethereal, just wailings of this ghost as Mockingbird darts in and then comes dancing back out. It's like, no, ah, no. Okay,
It's a bizarre fighting style, for sure.
Mame.
Seeing how I was able to protect myself somehow, but not feeling lucky this time, I'm just gonna skedaddle on back.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, with my cat. 5, 6. Hello,
With the cat.
goats.
Meh.
And eat 4 minus 1, so 3 berries left. Eat 1 good berry. Back to 4
Blessed good berries.
And I end my turn.
How much do your good berries heal you for? Just one?
One each,
Or-
yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Didn't know if they were special good berries.
They're very special, thank you very much. But, okay. Thank you. Tom, your turn.
Solon will take a few steps back and just kind of stare at the wall in case it pops into this room again to shoot a fireball.
So you're gonna prepare that action. And you can try that saving throw again.
We're definitely gonna try.
Thank you, Andy.
All right, that's probably a no. Let's see how I go on the D4.
Big money.
10's the number of the day.
I'm afraid it's not enough. Okay, you are still scared by this scary ghosty in the other room. Okay.
Wait, I'm spooked.
Spooked indeed. Thoroughly. So yeah,
Alright, seeing as nothing will deter this thing, whether it's speaking or banishing, she will just hit it with another sacred flame.
alright. So yeah, you dash in through the door. Spooky ghost. Yeah, it's awesome, Andy. I'd love to hear about that world sometime. How'd you go?
Another D15
Fifth. Oh yeah, the dex save.
for 7. Yep, for 7 radiant.
Boop. 12. So that's a fail. Okay. So.
Yeah, 7.
All right. So yeah, as Soyala comes peeking around the corner and just fires off, using all of her god's might with this sacred flame. So, tell me what happens.
Nice.
Yeah, again, with just. She can't figure out why this thing is still around, what vengeance or anger that it has other than it's repeating messages, and I hope that you might find peace. And then she hits it with a sacred flame.
Okay. So as you do that, your words, your prayer utterance, spreads out and lends its energy to the sacred flame. And as the energy impacts against the form of the ghost, it just kind of looks surprised, and then fades and dissipates with a few final spatters of water to the floor as the white ghost, the pale form of the White Lady of Lakdinashir, dissipates, and you see tendrils of energy and the remnants of her form wisping out the arrow slit in the south wall, out before the wind catches them and they're torn away into the snowstorm outside. And the sounds of the Durgar fortress flood back in.
Well, that
Mame.
sucked.
Mame, I didn't get to possess you. I just wanted to possess you and throw you down the elevator shaft. You wouldn't have died. You wouldn't have died. You can float.
I could, but
But I also know what's at the bottom of that elevator shaft.
and then I only had 3. Wait, how much did I have? Before that good berry, before that, I only had like 2 or 3 HP, so I probably would have just been like splat,
Yeah.
unconscious, falling down, no floating.
Right. So yeah, as you kind of catch your breath and you're kind of looking in this room, as I said, you see those burlap sacks where the figurehead illusion had been up against the wall. And also, now that your eye isn't drawn elsewhere, you can see there's a stone desk and a chair standing empty against that wall as well. And there are braziers here that would normally be lit, but they've been extinguished. And then the arrow slit in that south wall lets in that frigid mountain air just whistling through the gap. Thanks for the follow. So,
Is it dead? Is it dead?
yes, you're not scared anymore, sir.
Oh. I was quite spooked.
If you call it that, I'm not entirely sure what brought it here. Why was she here, and why... Who brought her here? Who trapped her here? She mentioned something of being trapped.
Talon points at the bags. That's why she was here.
Her treasure was taken. Could that be it?
Has to be.
I'm gonna approach the sacks over there.
Okay.
I mean, how many of them are there? Is it just like a massive mound of?
3 sacks.
Okay. Kind of shrug and open one and see what I find.
Okay. You see, as you pull open the rough cord ties on the bags and pull apart the neck, dark, glinting surfaces of fractured crystal.
Black crystal.
Black crystal.
Bingo. I don't know what that means. Guys, I found him. And I'll just kind of like hold up the bag. And so what do we just take this now? That's it?
You're just lifting up the sack?
Yeah, just lifting it up.
Okay. It's got quite a weight to it. There's a fair bunch in there.
Yeah, how big is
Yeah,
this?
make sure don't actually touch it.
It's like a rice bag, you know, the 20 kilo rice bags here.
Okay, so yeah, that'd be pretty heavy then. I'd put it back down on the floor. That's not my.
So,
Strong suit.
excuse my very Japanese example. It's like, we all know what I meant. For those joining us tonight, we're over in Japan. Okay. So yes, you leave those there.
Were these her treasures?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but they certainly were what's keeping her here.
So we found the crystals. We found the goats. We're still missing the black pearls and the tavern light.
And all of the lanterns and the other items that were stolen?
Is that? Wait. Is that what we're here to do? Retrieve a bracelet and some goats? I thought we were here just to kind of, see what was up and maybe put a stop to it. Are we in charge of taking these goats back?
I think we have to.
Speaking of, Mockingbird and Mame did not see that map, I don't think. Did you?
No.
I don't think you didn't go in that room, Tom, so yeah, you want to fill them in.
Oh.
What you've discovered.
Blah. That's explaining the map.
Very succinct.
He's a very quick talker. If you'd slowed down time, you'd see that I just had a very quick explanation.
So there's a dragon now. I think I'll need a rest for that.
Me too.
I'm not
Well-
sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a real one or if that's just a guise they're going under. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, we have some people we're supposed to meet. Let's meet them, and then hopefully take a rest. At least for a few minutes. Possibly an hour.
Before that, so Yella, if you have energy, can you please heal some of my wounds? I'm feeling quite dreadful at the moment.
Yes,
Well, we're going to rest, yes?
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm not entirely sure how far we've even discovered into this place. I'm worried that my magics will be. That I will run out of magic if we keep going at this pace. So if we can afford a rest now, that would probably be our best thought going forward.
Well, let's go grab the two heroes in the hallway and go find a nice place to settle down for a second.
Yeah, where exactly they've wandered off to.
Probably drunk in a snowbank somewhere. Say, a little bit irritated. Walk out. If there's nothing else in this room, then go walk out to see if they're still alive.
Okay.
Yep, there they are.
As you come back into that main room there, you pass the goats that are tethered to the wall, and you see that Durgar, he's kind of like just stood with his back against the wall, just looking terrified towards that corner of the room.
Enjoy the show. Walk on.
It doesn't understand you.
Yeah, I know. Did
What
you
was
hear
the-
nothing? I'll say to them as I approach the two of them in the hallway.
And Kestrel and Trovis standing there, yeah, still looking down. He's like,
Oh, we are the rear guard, yes? Did you need us? You didn't shout for us, so I thought you were okay.
One would think that the speaker of a town would be slightly more proactive than hiding in a corner of a hallway, but no, we managed quite well on our own.
Splendid.
Well, we're thinking of taking a lie down and pushing some of our bones back into place, so why don't you follow us?
Lead on.
I'm gonna
Tom
turn back.
talks to Dwergar. Do you think we can rest with your lady, or
I believe the lady's at dinner. You'll be welcome to join her.
oh, that sounds fantastic. He says his lady is at dinner, so we can join dinner and probably rest.
Yeah, about that. Who is his lady?
Oh, she wants the ale to flow. So
That's great, but after all that I've seen in this place, I'm not sure I want to meet anybody's lady. At least.
she wants to take down the person who has the evil plan. She wants to lead a revolution against the nonsense going on here. So
As you start to
You just trust that bold-facedly. Because he mentioned ale.
Tom looks at the Dwergar real quick. Can I make an insight check?
please.
Will the ale flow?
Is Bless still active?
It's been probably past a minute at this
Yeah,
point.
would've
Oh,
been.
he has 1 minute. Yes, it's a 12.
Out of combat, yeah.
A 12? Yeah, he seems
But
perfectly legit.
I could give you a tap of
Guidance.
guidance, yeah.
It was gonna be really quick.
It's a
So
D4.
Tom literally just looks back at that guy after being accused of believing somebody for just ale. Looks back at Mockingbird. Who's, I've never heard of a better reason to trust somebody.
Alright. Yeah, it's good enough for me then. If we die, it's on you though. I'll just kind of shrug
I'm
and
just worried
gesture.
about.
If I die, I'll be dead. Oh,
If
you
we
know
die,
what?
It affects more than just you.
You know what? I have a new feature from my that I'm gonna use for this. Actually, John,
Yes. What's that?
I get to add a D6 because of my previous knowledge from a time I don't quite remember.
Okay.
So now it's a 14.
Excellent.
Still the same?
Yep, seems completely legit.
Alright. I believe him anymore.
He's like,
People don't lie about alcohol.
as you start to walk away, he's like, her proper title is Grandolpha. She is
Sulfa.
Grandolpha Musgard.
Okay. Alright. Well, I guess let me do the talking. I think I'll write it under comment. We'll find out.
Okay, so you're gonna head off down the corridor there?
Yes.
Please.
How is she already expecting us?
I don't know. It's sketchy, but we'll find out.
Oh, she probably isn't.
Even better.
This one here?
As you get to that junction
Either way.
there, yes. So, yeah.
Kestrel, I don't know if she saw, and Trovis as well, about the goats. Did they ever make a reaction to that?
Trovis did
found-
right at the very start. He heard the goats, and yeah, and he was reacting to that. So, but he thinks they're best, like they're safe here until you're on the way out again.
Yep. Okay. And I probably, as I was coming, everyone was leaving. I probably would. Did anyone take the bag of the shards? I know
There's
Mockingbird, you grabbed it and then
three-
you set it back down.
Yeah,
No,
three
I'm like a twig. I would not carry anything heavy.
big heavy bags. There would be a
There's
problem.
3. Okay, then I'll probably leave them there as well. Let's close the goats.
Leave it all together.
Okay. So, Tom, as you get there, you see these large double doors on the north wall of the corridor. And to the south, as you can see there's that indentation. And then down the end of that, there is a portcullis lowered. Are you just gonna go into the door?
This is the door that he pointed out
I
earlier.
will take a quick look through the portcullis if I can.
So as you look and you're kind of steeling yourself to go in, Mockingbird quickly darts to the south there. And Mockingbird, as you do, you see, let me just double check. I'm
Actually,
in the right place here. Okay, yes. As you peer through the bars, you can see a iron lever jutting out of the wall next to you, which you think raises and lowers this portcullis. But beyond it is this wide shaft. And there's a floor on the map there, but it's actually open. And it just disappears down into darkness below you. You cannot see the bottom. But from that, actually, you can kind of make out the bottom because there's a strange kind of red glow emanating from some kind of exit that's at the bottom of the shaft. And it's from down there that the sounds of hammering and metalworking and those kind of tooling noises that you're hearing are echoing up through this shaft. And also they were coming up through the elevator shaft in the other room.
A lot of dwarves. Getting Mines of Moria vibes right now, and I'm gonna back away slowly so I don't knock down a suit of armor or something.
Fool of a rogue.
Fool of a cook.
Okay, so you go back to Talon's side there. Now, Talon, are you just going to push through?
Is there a comical knocking?
I'm afraid not. You could just hammer on the stone with your metallic fist.
That seems more intrusive. We are just going to open the door.
Okay.
I also have my weapons drawn just for.
Noted.
Oh, also, I healed 4 from the Hexblade's curse. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Gotcha. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you open that door. That is open to you there, so. Step through.
Grandolpha.
And you step into this large space that you can see here. Now, let me describe the scene for you. As you push through the door, you see 3 braziers heaped with glowing hot coals illuminating and heating this long hall. At the eastern end, there is a hexagonal stone table surrounded by 6 stone chairs. And seated in the chair facing the door is a haggard old Durgar with long black hair streaked with ribbons of white and fingernails like shards of iron. She is devouring a hearty buffet of cooked meats, mushrooms, and strange underdark fare. Lurking next to her is a small, mechanical dragon made of a familiar, shiny, black crystal. And I can show you what you're seeing here as you come across Grandolpha Musgart. She is
The dragon.
with a little pseudo dragon. And as you enter the room proper, hunched over a hot stove in the west side of the room are 3 Durgar cooks. At the sight of you, they drop their utensils and reach for their weapons, but the old Durgar turns to them. And Tom, you understand what she says, as she says in Undercommon,
Nah, it's alright, boys. These ones are useful.
and she struggles to her feet, leaning heavily on that cane that you can see there, as the dragon clambers up onto the table and looks at you with its long neck snaking back and forth.
Well, welcome. Do have a seat. I recommend the food as the finest Sunblight's got to offer.
Oh, thank you for your hospitality.
The intellect devourer is especially good, stewed in its own cerebral fluids.
Oh, that is quite interesting. If I could eat it, I would eat that.
Well, don't just stand there. Come in.
Yes, come in, group.
So we just saw them grab at their weapons and then like put it away and then like come in. Okay.
She told them to stand down. Yeah.
Wait, is she speaking in common or no?
She's speaking undercommon, but she said something to them and they stood down. Clearly, yeah, that's what it looked like.
She says come in. She wants us to try the intellect devourer.
That sounds horrible.
She switches to common.
Do you make an habit of insulting all of your hosts, old
Recently.
man?
Wait, is my old is that old thing like no matter what I do, like changing my face, does that just make me 30 years older?
No, sorry,
Okay,
I forgot you to.
I thought it was like a
hastily
permanent-
restored your thing. You're permanently old, but your appearance is your own.
Well, considering I don't even know how old I am, do I have like a bad back now, or like cataracts, or how does that work?
Got more eye floaties.
Yeah,
I'm
kind of like the crusties and stuff.
Let's put it this way. I'm doing all right.
All right, fair enough.
You've got a few years on me now, but I'm still doing okay.
Okay. Sorry, what was the question that she asked me?
She just said, yeah, do you insult all of your hosts?
Oh, I mean, recently, I guess.
You might want to stop making a habit of that. Now, sit yourselves
I do
down.
apologize.
Eat if you want to eat, but definitely have a drink. The ale must flow.
Oh yes. The ale must flow.
Oh, a man after my own heart. What are you?
I mean, I identify as a man, but I'm really kind of a robot.
You look like those bloody hammerers downstairs.
Really?
Yeah. What killed you?
Excuse me?
Well, the hammerers downstairs. They're recycled dead Duragar. What do you get recycled from? Waste not, want not.
Tom looks around for a moment. I'm sorry, I must not have heard you right. Are you saying that I must have died?
I don't know. I'm just a visitor here. Sunblight's the one who's got the friend. He's got some friend, he knocked up these things for him. Defenses. Didn't want to let the dead go to waste. Not the only dead uns down there you want to watch out for. They got them spore servants too. Thanks to that bloody marketed sovereign they're torturing.
Is she speaking in common or
Yeah,
undercommon
she switched to common for everyone.
Common now.
right now? Okay.
And then she said a what they're torturing?
Myconid?
Myconid.
Okay.
You know, mushroom folk. Ah, you bloody surface dwellers. Look. It's hazardous up here in these hills. Especially with some blighter accusing this one and that one of treason and treachery. So we lost a few. And every now and then something boils up from the Underdark and attacks. We lose a few more. But thanks to Sunblighter's friend, the Durgar have been brought back as these hammerers. It's an old model. Apparently Sunblighter's friend's got a new design he's working on. It's in a testing phase, apparently. But now, the Quaggoths. You don't want to waste all that muscle, all that ferocity. And luckily, one of them, that one that's tricksy, can use all the magic and the like, he found himself a Myconid sovereign. So they're torturing him, yanking off bits of him so he gives them the spores they can use to reanimate the dead. Can't miss them. They got mushrooms growing all over them.
And, go on.
A friend? Sunblade's friend? You say?
Yeah. Some fella from up in the mountains. What did he call him? Oi! What was it he called his friend? An alchemist. He was an alchemist.
Hey, Sunblazer, how you doing? Welcome to Sunblight.
Nah. I don't know. He sounds like he could be useful back in the brew house. Come now. You want to be friends? Let's drink to it.
She clunks down these stone tankards, and she has this large copper keg on the table in front of her. She starts to pour out a dark ale, a stout, from this copper urn into the stone cups.
Here you are. The Muscat clan's finest. Dark Lake Stout.
Are they pouring for themselves too?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's all from the same copper urn.
I will wait until they drink and then I will.
So she holds it up.
Well met. May we sow some chaos together.
That sounds lovely.
Done it.
She clunks off the stone of your tankard. She takes a long draught.
I'm looking around to see if I'm the only one dumb enough to be drinking right now.
Good vintage that was. Must have been, 3 months ago now.
Aged to perfection.
It's horrible. It's really, really bad. It's strong mushroom overtones.
Oof.
I don't know if any of our Out of the Abyss players are here, but they're going to get the chance to drink this soon as well. Probably from the same person, because it's 3 years later.
Am I the only one in the group who drank the poisoned
I don't know.
mead?
Mami? So
Soyala did not partake in this.
she scowls at
She
you.
is very not in the moment here. Like, not feeling right. Partaking in chaos, torturing spore creatures for their own. Yeah, it's just not good.
You see Taln. He chinks the glass, kind of like his eyes are kind of like I mean they are servos, but you can see he's not really focused on anything.
Yeah.
He chinks it and then like puts it to his mouth, takes a sip, and then you just hear like the patter. and he goes, puts it back down.
I'll ask. So, how many of my friends' model here do you have downstairs? I'll just kind of pat Tone on the shoulder.
Like I said, I'm just a guest here. We're visiting from the Underdark. That idiot Sunblight thinks he can woo me. I'll grant him some pretty gifts.
And she gestures to the pseudo-dragon, which is just kind of clinking and scraping on the tabletop as it shifts. And its wings are kind of rattling as the crystal shifts and settles.
So you mean to sow chaos? And how did you mean to do that? If you're just a guest, if you don't mind my asking.
Sunblight's gone funny in the head. He's obsessed with this stuff.
She clanks her cane off the Shardolin dragon.
It does funny things to you. Gets in your head. Messes with your brain. You don't want to be around it too much. And that bloody idiot's got a crown of it, a gauntlet of it, a throne of it, and a get bloody dragon of it.
So, what did she point to?
The dragon, her little pet dragon, which is made of the black crystal.
Same
Oh,
crystal.
okay.
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay.
Oh,
But she wasn't
A
talking
dragon.
about that dragon.
the dragon.
Aye,
The map.
he's made himself a Shardolin dragon. Similar technology to them Mamoras from his friend down in the mountains. He's programmed it with a little flight path, and a gift to all of Tentans. You might want to hurry on home. Tell any loved ones to pack their bags. I wouldn't want to be around here. Although I don't think you'll beat it now. It's almost finished.
How many days until it's finished? Would you know? Or, guessed?
Not my thing, mate. Not my thing.
Fair.
But he's got a map of where it's going to be flying. Down the way there.
She kind of gestures down the corridor to the west again.
Yeah, I believe these ones saw it. I was talking to some goats.
That's just the start of it, mate. He's been capturing Underdark monsters. He's going to unleash them all on Icewind Dale. And he's got this Myconid sovereign reanimating the corpses. It's going to be a wave of terror.
So, what do you gain from telling us all this?
That's a good question.
Because I want him gone, so I can take over this Sunblight clan for my own. I don't care about the surface. We're not supposed to be up here. I don't care if it's a permanent winter or not. This is not our home. We're supposed to be down by those blissful Dark Lake waters, slinging back the Dark Lake stouts, living our best Duragar life. Not up here. But it's a useful holiday home. So, I'll take this place for myself. I'll take his clan for myself. And I'll take his holdings back in Gracklestug for myself.
Well, the three of them would love to help you in that endeavor, but I don't suppose the four of us with 2 companions would fare very well against an army down in the cellar. Do you have a means to accomplish this, or?
I wouldn't call it an army. And besides, half of them are mine already.
All of these folk, and I'll just kind of point to the Draugr.
Aye. There's them that I brought with me. And them that we've managed to change sides. They could see all the endless accusations of treachery, the paranoia, sending his own sons off on dangerous missions to get more of this stuff.
She gestures at the crystal again.
So you can assure us that if we go down below, that we won't have, well, any of these fine folk plunge a dagger in our backs.
Oh,
our
no.
welcome was slightly odd.
You should still be careful, son. There are still those loyal. Family ties run deep with the Duragar. What's it them Dragonborn call it? Oi, you, Silver. What do you call it? Kizuna?
Sorry, indulge me.
Okay, well, that's fair, I guess. Then you don't mind if we rest here for a while? How long will you be staying here?
Oh, I was just busy biding my time, but if you and your friends might expedite things, you're welcome to keep anything you find.
Bingo. Now you have my interest.
Well, the other interest is in time. We only have, you said, but a couple days until this dragon is unleashed on the world.
You wish. It'll be done before the aurora lights the sky.
And how much time is that?
It was like mid-afternoon by the time you got up here. So like,
Tonight.
Aye,
Oh,
like I said, almost finished. Done deal, little pussycat.
My hometown is the one that's next.
Oh dear. Tick tock then. Tick tock.
Where is the sunblight?
They'll be down in the forge,
Down
looking after
below.
the last bits and bobs. Like I said, my lot won't give you any trouble. If it looks like you're winning, they'll join you. And there are others.
Mummy, what are you wearing at the moment? Sorry. Sidetrack.
I'm wearing like the tunic, the pants, and the white cloak covering me, and the tressums all around my neck.
Okay, this it's all new stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just wanted to double check. Okay.
There's that Myconid sovereign. Reincarnation. Zombifying spores ain't the only thing he's good for. There's a few other prisoners languishing down there. Bust them out, they'll be right keen to give those Duragar a kicking.
The Durgar, where exactly have they found these dark crystals?
They're lying all about this area, apparently. From what I could gather from some Blight's ravens. Up in the mountains, out in the tundra, all over the shop. Dug up by the glacier.
In the cities as well, like in the 10 towns.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt there's any. I think you would have noticed. Tend to make people a bit loopy.
I think we
Yeah.
noticed that. Regardless, I don't necessarily like our odds. You weren't there for it, but a few minutes ago, a couple of us almost had our ticket punched by a ghost. Now you're telling us to hunt down a mushroom king, a Duergar leader, presumably quite a few lackeys, and whatever else resides down there. How many are we talking? Because there's only, I'll count very quickly, 4 of us. Very pointedly, not counting the speaker and the other one.
There's a good 20 or so of my boys and gals down there.
And how many will we be fighting? Could you give us an estimate?
Nah, I know. Same again? It's about half and half at the moment.
Okay. Interesting. I'm kind of like refer back to the group.
Just tread careful,
Any
like.
idea?
You'll be alright.
I think we just
I will be going regardless. This can't be unleashed upon the 10 towns. This cannot happen upon Icewind Dale.
I don't think there's much of a discussion to be had.
Do we have enough time to take a quick breather before we go down?
Ah, I've waited this long. Why rush now? Oh yeah, your homes. What's an hour? You got a good, I don't know, 8 hours or so? I'm sure you'll make it.
Yeah, that works for me.
Intellect Devourer?
I'll pass. Thank you.
I want to try and do an impression of the one from Baldur's Gate 3. Terrifying voice. Unfortunately, the hamsters one isn't in the voice mod at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. I guess
Yep,
just take that
let's
short rest
eat
then.
And yeah.
Okay, so you sit down. I was wondering if there's anything else she can. I think I've told you everything that she was able to tell you. Yeah. I
What
shared
exactly
all the
does the
information.
dragon that she has with? Because there's the smaller dragon in the room with us, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, the pseudo dragon.
What exactly is that doing?
It's just kind of like it's just like a little dog, basically, just like doting on her.
Speak with animals.
I don't think it's an animal. I think it's probably it's probably a construct. I don't know though.
Does
You can try.
this
You can certainly try.
creature work for the other side? Relay any kind of information.
Sorry, can you say that again, Soyana?
Does this dragon work with the Draugr that are against you?
No, this one's mine. Gifted to me.
How do you know that it won't turn against you, though? It's made by the alchemist.
It's not
you
that.
said?
It's not that complicated.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, me too. I'll drink to that. Ah, tears on the chest.
And what exactly do you mean by the mead shall run free?
The ale must flow.
Yes, that.
It's the Muscat family slogan, isn't it? We are the principal brewers of Grecklestock.
Well, the taste surely shows.
I've heard it stays with you.
Oh yeah, it really lingers in the back of the throat,
An experience, they
throat,
say.
stomach.
So you just mean for the ale to flow down under then, below the surface?
Oh. Unless you've got a business arrangement in mind?
No.
All eyes point to home.
He's gone very, very quiet. How you doing, Tom?
He's doing.
But how are you doing?
Crisis over here.
He might have a business arrangement for you after this is all said and done.
Would be a pleasure.
All right. Well, before we take a quick break, is there anything you can tell us about the layout downstairs? I'm quite gifted at sneaking around and stabbing things in the back. Is there any way I could make use of that?
I'd recommend using the western elevator. That goes down towards the throne room, where that Myconid is being held. The other one goes towards, the treasure and everything. Yeah, there's the vaults down there, but there's also the barracks. Nah, there's a bunch of my lot in there as well, but you might want
Are
to.
those hostile at all?
I'm sorry.
The whatever
Myconid.
you said.
The Myconid. I'm sure he'll be very friendly if you save him.
Okay.
And don't worry, you won't cause too much of a fuss if you're ever in a fight. Big, thick stone walls and heavy machinery tend to mask combat, you know? We've been able to get rid of a few problems.
Now, the question I've been dancing around. Do you know what's in the vault?
No, Sunblight's treasure.
Good enough for me. I say we take the vault.
There are combinations, though. Is
The vault can come later, can it not? Isn't time of the essence here?
Oh, I figured there was one way down into the vault. She said, right? Or one way down into the throne room.
The vault and the barracks are next to each other, next to the way down, I think.
Well, I thought she said that there were 2 elevators.
There are, yeah. There's an east and a west. It's all links down there, though. I'm just saying.
Yes.
The west elevator will take you towards where you can get some allies, get some friends before you get into the thick of it. The eastern elevator will take you down to where the vault is, yeah, but also where the barracks is.
But she, sorry, dude in character.
It's
And
not
you
in
said
the
you had allies in the barracks.
Well, yeah, but so does he.
Alright. So,
And the eastern route might take you a bit more direct to the forge. It's much of a muchness, I think, actually. Forge is slap bang in the middle. And she looks at you, Mammy. You want the fastest way? Just go down the chute. That's where the dragon's gonna fly. Up above here, there's one more level. And that's where the ice gates are.
You remember as you were approaching, like way up on the hillside, there were these 2 massive slabs that kind of looked like hangar doors, you know, for our sake, that were just up above where all those arrow slits and everything were. And they looked like they could open up into a huge kind of opening on the side of the mountain.
It will fly up that channel, out of those ice doors, and into the wild.
well, let's stop that, shall we?
Doesn't bother me. I don't care either way. Just
Yeah.
have done with Sunblighter. Get a shot of him.
Not Sunblighter. That's our viewer. Not Sunblighter. No, Sunblight. Sorry, Sunblighter.
We'll
The
do what we
players
can.
emerge from the screen and attack the viewers.
I'll just look to the others in the group. Anything else? Are we ready to take a well-deserved power nap?
I believe we're resting already, as it happened.
Yes.
Yes, this cutscene.
But which direction would we like to go?
We must.
I'm for the idea of helping with the spores. Maybe they could help.
Anything
Gather
else?
allies.
Ill-advised.
Okay, so all of you can use any hit dice that you would like to use. And if there's anything that recharges on a short rest, you may do so.
Laughs in Warlock.
Sunblight is rolling for initiative. He's ready for you.
Good.
They're ready for you. Oh, excuse me.
What just happened? Hello?
Is that someone rolling hit dice or someone rolling initiative against Sunblighter? Just had the dice roller go. Okay. So. She looks over you as you're kind of eating at some of the more edible looking things. The mushrooms are pretty good. There's lots of very nice mushrooms down in the Underdark. And as you're kind of tucking in, she's like,
So, you heading down now? Or are you gonna finish what's up here?
What's up here?
Well, there's that son of his down the way. He just came back in. That get brute of his. You remember following
The ogre, yeah.
footprints in the snow. Not footsteps, Matthew Mercer. Sorry. My biggest pet peeve with Mr. Mercer. He switches footprints and footsteps all the time. I thought he just said footsteps for footprints, but I was just watching one of the Critical Role games today, and he said footsteps instead of footprints, and then he said footprints instead of footsteps as well. He's like, you hear footprints echoing above. I was like, no, they don't. I don't know why it does that. It's
Truly an
really
amateur.
Great. Now I'm gonna hear that now when I watch the episodes.
it doesn't come up too often, but I cannot help but notice.
Is there any reason we should finish business up here when there appears to be more pressing matters downstairs? I mean, killing ogres is fun and all, but one would think our priority would be the dragon and its handler.
I don't suppose it'd be much worth any kind of leverage. Sunblight wants a shot of him. He thinks they're just trying to take his power, take his title. That's why he kept sending them off to get that crystal. He sent one off to, what was it, East Haven?
Yeah, I think we encountered them.
I hope they encountered your blades.
Something like that.
They encountered the other side.
I thought I hadn't seen him sticking around for a while.
Seems like we have little reason to go after him then. Why not just leave him here?
Trovus is like, well, if this one is the one that came up from Caer Konig, what if he has the lantern and the like?
I believe lanterns and goats and bracelets are very, very small potatoes compared to what's at stake.
Yes. Yes, there's no time to go back and raise the militia. We should try and stop this being a problem before it becomes one.
Well said.
I think we've got a decent plan. Try and liberate as many allies as possible. Call on the good ladies' allies to run interference. And we can see what we can do about this.
He looks slightly nervous.
Dragon?
If it comes down to it, I'm sure you can just sweet talk it and pat him on the shoulder. Maybe not.
Yeah, shared heritage and all. Metallic dragon, crystalline dragons. We're all good friends, aren't we, little fella?
And he like reaches out towards the pseudo dragon next to the Grandolpha's side and just like snaps at him. He's like, ugh! Pulls his fingers back.
We can try to get the rest of the stuff back later, but we need to get down there now.
Yeah.
So, after the short rest, are you heading to the elevator?
Yes.
The
So,
western elevator is the one that you've already seen. The one that was in that room where the ghost was.
We go.
And that's the one that will lead to the spore creatures.
That's what the Grandolpha said, yeah.
Yep, okay.
Okay. She nods at you all.
Well then, all the best.
well, we'll see you soon. Hopefully.
Maybe we'll have a little sport with his son while you're gone.
She turns and Tom, you see, she says to the others in Undercommon,
What do you think, boys? Do we go and take the air? Break the line of succession?
And they're like, yeah, all right, Grand Alpha. Yeah, all right.
And you head out back into the corridor. Make your way as our view speeds down the corridor ahead of you, and you just all come spilling out of that door in a nice V formation. Slow motion walking down the corridor, hefting your various weapons, holy symbols, long swords, and flying cats. And we shall leave things there as you make your way to the elevator to rattle and clank your way down to the forge. Oh, just a skeptic grades. Sorry, dude, we're just finishing, but thank you so much. As you make your way down in the elevator to the forge level to take on the mighty Duragar warlord Sunblight, his Quaggoth minions, his loyal Duragar, and a Shardolin crystal dragon. So, everyone, if you haven't already, give us a follow and be around to see what happens next week as we head into the forge level of Sunblight Fortress. And before then, if you've got time, on Wednesday evening in North America and Thursday lunchtime over this side of the world, we will be down where this group of Duragar first came from, down in the Underdark to continue our Out of the Abyss campaign. They had their first random encounter, and it was the highest number they could have rolled, and their little level 1 adventurers are up against this CR5 monster. What's the big beetle-like thing that burrows through rock? It's got the big kind of like stag beetle pincers and things. Yeah, this is an Ankeg just burst from the wall and attacked them. Luckily, they're just swarming it. They've got like 20. They've got like a bunch of NPCs with them. They're just like, get it. Just desperately fighting for their lives. So if you can drop by, yeah, it is. If you can drop by and see how that goes, please do. And then later on that same day for us, Thursday morning over in North America, we will be back through the mists in Barovia, where they are in the dining hall of Castle Ravenloft, facing up against Strad von Zarovich himself and his sister? Do drop by and see what happens there. Will they be able to save Esmeralda, or has Esmeralda already been turned? Or was it Esmeralda all along, as the song went in last week's session? Then, Friday, we'll be going even lower down into the pits of the hells with the pits. Are you good for Friday, Josh? Yes, where he shall be a dragonborn, and we shall continue on their quest for Zariel's sword to save Elturel. Can they return it to the material plane? We shall see. And then, Saturday, if you have time, do swing on by Carney Sideshow and check out their modern day D&D setting. See how they're faring in the Shadowfell. And also, Quest Junkies, Patch, have you got a stream this weekend? Eyes out in chat, everyone. Quest Junkies UK over there. Give them a follow. Great stuff. And then we'll be back round to next week, where we'll be back in Icewind Dale. So, thank you so much. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscription, Calby Chips. And if you do have time, do swing by again as we continue this story. But until then, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai. Thank you.
Oyasumi.
Bye.
Yasumi.
Stick around, we're going to go raiding somewhere. Let's get these raids. We don't want to, all these newcomers, we don't want to waste it. So let's go and see who's doing what. So have a look in chat and stick around for that. Get those phoenixes flying, and we'll see you next time. Good night. Cheers.